Hi everyone, this is Neo from DocuPro. Today we are going to talk about the Newline Q+. Q+ are the latest UCD model of Newline. Like the UCD always has, it contains a high-resolution touchscreen, a built-in microphone array, a high-quality camera, and is capable to work in both Android and Windows systems. For the hardware, except the unique features that Newline always has, like the optical bonding and the physical blue light filter, Newline Q+ has also unveiled with a TUV certified antimicrobial glass to protect you and keep you away from germs and bacteria. For the CPU and system, Newline Q+ has unveiled with the AM Logic 311D2 CPU, which is one of the top-tier CPUs for the UCDs in the market. The CPU contains 8 cores. The more cores in the CPU means the more tasks it can deal with to make the machine faster and more efficient. And for the Android system, the Q+ is using Android 11, which offers better performance, better compatibility, and more security to the users. Compared to the UCDs in the market, which most of them is using 4-core CPUs and using Android 8 or Android 9, Newline Q+ could consider as one of the best performing machines in the market. Another special feature of Q+ is the camera it comes with. Newline Q+ unveiled with a 120 degrees FOV camera. FOV means field of view or viewing angle. Compared to the UCD's camera and webcams in the market, which most of the FOV is only around 90 degrees. A 120 degrees FOV camera means it can capture 50% more space than most of the cameras in the market. A wide FOV camera not only can capture more people and space in the meeting, but it can also save the space of the meeting room. For a 90 degrees camera, normally it will require extra space in order to keep everyone in view. But by using a 120 degrees camera, as more space could be captured, no extra space will be required. Except for the wide FOV camera, Newline Q+ had also unveiled with a high-quality 8 meters pickup range microphone and a total of 55 volts 2.1 channel high-quality audio system to provide a stunning video conference experience to the users. The Q+ contains with different input ports, such as USB ports, USB touch ports, HDMI ports, display ports, USB Type-C ports, etc. The USB ports are mainly for the USB flash drive for you to import your data. The HDMI ports and display ports is for connecting with your device to display your screen on the UCD. If you are using a PC to connect with the UCD, you can also connect with the USB touch port. Then you will be able to control your PC by the UCD. For the device which has the USB Type-C port, by connecting one single USB Type-C cable to your device, you will be able to have both the display and the touch capability on the UCD. But please be reminded that different USB-C ports do have different capability and functions. So before using the USB-C to connect with the UCD, you should understand what your device can perform by the USB-C port first. After you connect your device with the UCD, it will automatically switch to the input source you plug in. And you can always switch back to the input source by using the source icon on the Q+ main interface. Except the input source, Q+ does build in with OPS slot for you to insert the OPS as well. OPS is a pluggable Windows mini PC After you plug in with the OPS, you will be able to switch to the Windows system on your UCD anytime. This Windows system is the same as the Windows that we use every day, that you will be able to use all the Windows function and software with the UCD's touchscreen, camera, and microphone for you to do video conference, meeting, presentations, and collaborations. Meanwhile, Q+ contains different buttons on the machine to let you operate and control the machine easily, which contains the volume button to control the volume, the brightness button to control the screen brightness, the home button for you to return to the Q+ home screen, and the menu button to call out the quick setting windows, which I will talk more on this quick setting windows later in this video. For the system of the Q+, it allows user to set up with different user profiles. For example, you can set up a profile for each department, and when they use the UCD for meetings, they can log into their own profile. All the information on the profile will not share to other profiles in the machines to ensure the privacy of your meetings. All the user profiles are protected by a 6-digit passcode. Once you have set up the passcode, the setting for the profile is also protected by the admin mode, which the admin mode is also protected by a specific password to ensure the security of each profile. Meanwhile, there are various security settings built in the Newline Q+, such as the USB lock, the data removal frequency, and you can disable the anchor system. These security settings are also protected by the admin mode as well. The admin mode password could be found in the user menu. Once you have logged into the admin mode, you will be able to change to your own password. The next one we will talk about is the interface of Q+. As you can see, this is the main screen of the Q+. The two little white circles you see here are the side toolbar, which you can tap it to open it. The side toolbar contains the return button, the apps manager button, and the home button for UCD basics control. The three icons at the top of the side toolbar are the shortcut to enter OPS, screen annotation, and whiteboard. And in here, you will see the last three open applications, which you can quickly switch to these previous applications. If you don't like this kind of toolbar, there is another type of toolbar you can choose, which is a floating toolbar. Just hold the toolbar button and drag it, and the floating toolbar will show up. The floating toolbar is basically the same as the side toolbar, but it can move to anywhere on the screen. And you can add various shortcuts for the application by the start button here. If you want the side toolbar back, just drag the floating toolbar to the side of the screen, then it will turn back to the side toolbar. By the menu button or using two fingers drag from the bottom of the screen, it will call out the quick setting windows, which you can do various settings such as brightness, volume, disable the toolbar or Wi-Fi by the quick setting windows. And I want to show you one of the special features on the quick settings here, which is the split screen. By using the split screen, you can use the different applications at the same time on the same screen to do multitasking. Meanwhile, the interface of Q+ contains different shortcuts. For example, the Newline logos here is the shortcut for you to customize the theme the wallpaper, logo, and the font size. At the top left corner here is the shortcut for notification, file commander, level setting, machine instruction, setting, and lockout of the profile. The time and date here are the shortcut for clock apps and the calendar apps. And down here is the shortcut for the main apps, which you could customize by press and hold any one of the icon. By swiping to right, you will be going to the apps page, which show all the applications available in the UCD. As you can see, here is all the preset applications built in Q+, which include Aquamail, browser like Chromium, File Commander, Office Suite, which these applications are also available in the PTC VNC RSC. So we will not focus on these applications today, and we will be focusing on the new major applications, which is the new Newline Whiteboard, the Newline Cast, the Broadcast, the Display Management, and we will have a quick look at some side apps such as the Classroom Tools and the Newline App Store. The first application we're going to talk about are the Whiteboard. Whiteboard is one of the most essential applications for UCD or interactive screen users. Newline has embedded a new Newline Whiteboard, which includes some new features. As you can see here is the interface of the Newline Whiteboard. The whiteboard is preset to use the pen or stylus to write, the finger to control, and palm or fist for erasing. By using the finger, you may control the canvas, such as zoom in, zoom out, and move around. If you take the drawing you made, you will be able to open a pop-up window for you to modify your drawing, such as change color, cut, copy, and paste, or delete your drawing. The Newline Whiteboard is using an infinity canvas. It is free for you to move around and zoom in, zoom out. And to be honest, I haven't found the boundary of the canvas yet. So it could provide as much space as you want for your meeting and discussion. If you prefer to use the old setting of the whiteboard, which means finger or pen for writing and palm to erase, then you may go to the settings here and choose Write with fine pen or finger. In that case, pen and finger now are for writing. The palm is for erasing. And when the page is full, you can always add a new page. The Newline Whiteboard contains different settings for you to preset the background, the pen, and the eraser effect. For the eraser, it is preset to be Object Eraser, and it will erase the object you swipe on. If you choose the partial eraser, it will become an eraser that only erases the area you swipe. The whiteboard allows adding different items for your meeting and discussion, such as shapes, images, text, PDF, and sticky notes. For adding these items, except the shapes you could add by the toolbar at the bottom. For the rest, it is all in the pop-up menu here. For you to add sticky notes and text, or images and PDFs from internal storage or USB flash drive. Besides adding images from internal storage and USB flash drive, Newline Whiteboard also supports to add images directly from the internet, which is the search web and search image function. For search image, just type here, make your search, choose your photo, then drag it to the whiteboard. For search bar, it is the same, just make your search, select the area you want, and add to the whiteboard. There is one more way to add images and PDF into the whiteboard, which is add from your Google Drive. By scanning the QR code here or manually sign in, the Newline Whiteboard can connect to your Google Drive. And access to your material for you to add into the whiteboard. And every time you exit the whiteboard, the Google Drive account will automatically log out. But of course, you can also manually log out as well. Newline Whiteboard has also embedded with some other tools and functions, such as ruler, visualizer, and split mode, which these functions are mainly for education users. And here, you can always save or export your whiteboard records. For the open and save here, it means to save the whiteboard in the Newline Whiteboard format files, which you can always reopen the whiteboard for further discussion and annotation. And for the export here, you can always export your meeting records here. It does support various formats such as PNG, JPEG, or PDF. For the sharing method, except for the general method like saving to the USB, internal storage, share by the applications, it does also support share by Bluetooth and QR code exporting. For share by Bluetooth, first you have to connect your device with the UCD. Then when you do the Bluetooth sharing, just choose your device, then it will send the record to you. But please be reminded that the share by Bluetooth function are only available for Android device. And for the QR code exporting, just simply scan the QR code, then you will be able to receive the record by your browser on your device. But please also reminded that the QR code exporting only works under the same network with the UCD. The last function of the whiteboard we are going to talk about is the screen annotation function. By the screen annotation function, it allows you to make notes or remarks in any system, on any material, anywhere, anytime. To start the screen annotation function, just simply press the screen annotation button on the side toolbar, then you can start. As you can see, the toolbar for screen annotation are similar to the whiteboard toolbar, which you can choose different pen or eraser and select the area for different effects. After you're done with the annotation, press the Save button here, which allows you to crop the area you want. To import to whiteboard or to save the record. Or you can just press the screen annotation button on the side toolbar. It will automatically take a full screen pictures. The full screen picture will save into the Save section in the main screen here. As you can see, all your whiteboard and screen annotation record will gather in this Save section for you to save or share all your meeting record by once. And every time you press the power button to switch off the UCD, the Save section will pop up to remind you to save this record to make sure you will never miss your precious meetings records. So this is the Newline Whiteboard. The next applications we are going to talk about is the Newline Cast. Newline Cast is the wireless screen sharing solutions that come with Q+. But more than just a wireless screen sharing apps, I will position Newline Cast as a digital meeting solutions. Let's take a look into the function of these applications. When you open the Newline Cast app, you will see this interface. In here, you will see the instruction on how to connect to the Newline Cast, which is open your display note apps or connect at the website shown here. The display note apps for mobile could be found in the iOS App Store and the Google Play Store. And the display note apps for Windows and Mac can be found in the website. As you can see, there are different apps you may choose for Windows. The Windows Guest is a guest app that will not require to install onto your PC. The other two, which are the Windows apps and the Windows MSI. These two are the apps installer for Windows, which will install the same applications into your PC. And you can also connect to Newline Cast just by the browser. As you can see here on top of this page, enter the information such as your name and the session ID, then you will be able to share your screen with the UCD. But please be reminded that sharing the screen by the browser are only available for the PC, and it will only give you the capability to share your screen. If you want to control your PC by the UCD, you will need at least the guest app. Meanwhile, except the display note apps, iOS device and Android device can also share the screen to Newline Cast by AirPlay and Google Cast. By using AirPlay and Google Cast, first you have to join the same network with the UCD, then choose the specific function. For example, iOS device you can pull down the menu and choose the screen mirroring function, and choose the device, then you can start sharing your screen. For Google Cast, every Android device has a different setup. Like my Samsung device here, you may use the Smart Wheel to do Google Cast, choose the device, then you can start sharing your screen. But it is hard to define which Android device can use this Google Cast function. If you cannot share the screen by the Google Cast, please use the display note apps to do the screen sharing. Back to the Newline Cast interface, you will see a session ID here, and you will always need this ID to connect to the Newline Cast. So open the apps or website, enter the session ID and your name, then you will be able to connect to the Newline Cast. One thing good for the Newline Cast is that it can connect by any network. As long as you have internet access, you can connect to the Newline Cast, not required to be in the same network or connect to the hotspot. But if you want a stable connection, of course it is suggested to join under the same network. Once you are connected to the Newline Cast, you will see your name showing here, which means you are connected. Then you can start sharing your screen by tapping the button on your device. Newline Cast support up to 4 devices to connect together and allow the connected device to share the screen one by one. So when one device is presenting, if you tap the present button and start sharing, your device will take over the screen and the other device will cut out. Newline Cast could also support quadro view, which means 4 devices to share the screen at the same time. And by using this function, you have to activate the moderator mode in the Newline Cast settings. After you activate the moderator mode, you will see the grid view here. So connect your device and get into the grid view. Then you have to invite the connected device to present on the screen. And you can invite up to 4 devices, so it will become a quadro view. But please be reminded that you will not able to control your PC from the UCD in the grid view. And every time you share your screen in grid view or moderator mode, you have to get invited by the UCD first. Back to the screen sharing. By using a PC, once you connect it, the apps will ask you to choose the resolution of the screen sharing. If you have a stable connection, you may choose high quality 1080p. But if not, you may choose a lower quality than 720p in order to have a stable performance. On the PC, once you start sharing your screen, you will be able to control your device by the UCD. And you will see a menu toolbar at the top of the screen, which can allow you to stop or pause the share screen, mute the sound from your PC, or put an annotation on the screen. The annotation is like putting an overlay on the screen for you to make notes. But this is not support with object recognition, which means you will need to press the eraser button to do the erasing. Or you can just simply clear the page by pressing the clear button. And the capture button here is to capture your annotation and save it as a record, which you can find in the share items here. For mobile like iOS and Android device, the share screen function on the apps is only for sharing the screen. So there is no annotation function and you will not able to control your mobile device from the UCD. Meanwhile, please be reminded that Newline Cast does not support with the sound for iOS and Android devices as well. So that is the screen sharing function of the Newline Cast. But as I said, I will position Newline Cast as a digital meeting solutions. So it can do more than just the screen sharing. Let's take a look and see what other functions that Newline Cast can do. Okay, first one. Newline Cast not only allows you to share your screen from your device, but it also allows you to share videos, web links, documents, images, or files between the UCD and the connected device. But please be reminded that the files are able to share around all devices, but it is only downloadable for the connected device. The UCD is not able to download these files. The next function of the Newline Cast is it does build in with a collaborative whiteboard. This whiteboard is able to do the drawing on both the UCD or your connected device. So no need to squeeze everyone in front of the UCD. Everyone could share their thoughts and ideas by sitting on their seat in front of their device. Newline Cast does support various settings as well, such as this floating ID setting. It will activate a floating windows with the section ID, so the user can always connect to the Newline Cast without going into the Newline Cast apps. And you can set the Newline Cast to work only with the local internal networks or require a PIN to log in to enhance the security by using the Newline Cast in your meetings. So this is pretty much all the functionality that Newline Cast could bring to you, and we will go to the next applications, which is the Newline Broadcast. Newline Broadcast is a broadcast application which allows you to share your contents on the UCD to any device with internet access. The concept for this broadcast applications is for the participant to view the content on the UCD by their own device. So instead of focusing on one single big screen in front that might have a bad position or bad viewing angle, everyone could have a better and clear view on their own device, which this application is very suitable for use in seminars, lectures, trainings, or large-scale meetings. Newline Broadcast could share the content on the UCD to up to 200 devices, and there is no specific network and applications requirement. So every device with internet access could view the broadcast by the browsers. And it is very easy to operate. The user only need to open the broadcast apps on the UCD, start the broadcast, and share the broadcast link. Then the participant will be able to view the broadcast by their own device. After the device is connected to the Newline Cast, users are not only able to view the content of the broadcast, but are also able to add annotation or drawings to make their own notes. Meanwhile, Newline Broadcast also supports picture-in-picture function for PC and iOS device. So user can do multitasking such as taking notes and replying to emails while watching the broadcast as well. Okay, so this is pretty much everything about the Newline Broadcast, but before the end of this section, I have to remind you of a few things first. Okay, first one. Although Newline Broadcasts have no network limitation, that means anyone in this world with internet access could view the broadcast. But the broadcast do not have sounds, so I think it's more suitable for use in in-house meeting or occasions. Second, the broadcast is in a very low frame rate, and the frame rate could be affected by the number of devices connected. So don't expect that it can broadcast a video very smoothly. The broadcast app is mainly for presentations only. Number 3, the broadcast app is for mass broadcasting, so anyone with the broadcast link or the broadcast ID could view the broadcast. So for safety reasons, I think it's not suitable for use in contents with sensitive information. The last major applications we are going to talk about today is the Display Management Plus. The Display Management Plus is an application for administrator or IT support of the company to manage multiple UCD they have installed and purchased. To use Display Management Plus, first, you have to open an account on the Newline Display Management website. Then go to the UCD and enroll your machine with the account you create. After you successfully enroll your UCD with the account, when you enter the Display Management page, you will see your UCD shown in the list. For more details of how to set up the account or enroll the machine, you may go to the Newline Display Management website or scan the QR code here. Again, The Display Management Plus do not have network limitation, so as long as you have internet access, you will be able to control your UCD with the Display Management Plus. So when you get to the starting page of the Display Management, click the device you want to control, then you will be able to start. In here, you will see all the information about the UCD, including the memory, storage, and Wi-Fi signal. And you will see all the applications installed in the UCD, which you will be able to enable, disable, stop, or uninstall the applications. By the tips here, you will be able to make various actions to the UCD. I will choose some of the functions and explain them here. The first one, remote. With the remote function, you will be able to have full control of the UCD you choose. After you tap on the remote button, a notification window will show up in the UCD to ask for the permission to start the remote control section. Once it is allowed, you will be able to make full control of the UCD on your PC. Second one, install package. By choosing the install package tab, you will be able to add new applications onto the UCD. For example, I'm adding an APK file from my laptop now. First, you have to upload the APK file. After it finishes, choose the package and apply. Then it will automatically install the applications onto the UCD. Number 3, block list and allow list. By the policies tab here, it will allow you to set up block list or allow list for the Q+. For block list, you can set up a block list to restrict some of the applications and websites on the UCD. Like what I am doing, I am setting a block list to block the Newline App Store. And also block the Facebook website. And when it is done, you are not able to access these applications and website on the UCD. But for the websites, as the website's block list will only work with the secure browser, so you have to also block the original browser, the Chromium, and if possible, please also block the Newline App Store as well, in order to make sure the user cannot download another browser to browse the blocked website. And for the allowed list, basically you just need to set what is allowed to use with the UCD. After the allow list was set, the UCD will automatically change to another interface, and only the allowed applications and website will show in this interface. For undoing these policies, just simply choose None and apply, then the UCD will back to the original settings. 4. Message, advanced message, and files. You can send text message, advanced message, and files remotely to the UCD by the Display Management Plus, which I will show you here. Okay, send message. Just simply type in the title and message on the send message tab here. Then a text message dialog will show up on the UCD. Advanced message means sending messages with pictures and audio to the UCD. By choosing the advanced message tape, you may design your message with text, image, audio, and timeout. You may also add an audio file by recording your voice as well. Like what I'm doing, I'm making an advanced message to remind the user to turn off the light and adding my voice into the message. After the message is done and applied, it will show up on the UCD screen directly.
Turn off the lights before you go.
Files. You can send files remotely into the UCD by using the Files tab here. Just upload the file and choose the destination. Then the file you upload will send to the dedicated destination automatically. Okay, the fifth one is settings. You can do various remote settings by the settings tab here, which you can set the Wi-Fi, the wallpaper, and various settings such as auto power on and off time, toolbar enable and disable, clear whiteboard files, energy saving time, etc. The last function I'm going to talk about is how to control multiple devices. To control multiple devices at once, you may select all the devices you want to control by here. Although I only have one device, but the operations are the same. Then press the three dots to select the action. Then the action will apply to the multiple device you chose. These are just some of the functions that Newline Display Management could perform. For more details on the display management, you may visit the Newline Display Management page and watch the video tutorials by the below link or scan the QR code here. Newline will provide 3 years credit for each machine to use display management. Once you have enrolled your machine in the display management account, the machine in the account will automatically be credited with 3 years of use. 1 credit will be deducted per day, and when the credits are used up, you can purchase additional credits directly on the display management page. The service provider will charge $365 per year per machine for continue using display management. So this is all the major applications of Q+, and now we will have a quick look on some new side apps and features that build in Q+. Last but not least, I will go through some settings in the Q Plus with you. As you can see, this is a setting in the Q Plus. For most of the items, you may check with the user manual, which it has a very detailed usage and explanation of each items, which I will go through some of the items and things that need to be reminded with you. As you can see, here is the network setting, which you can set up your network connections here. To enable or disable the Wi-Fi or LAN network, you may switch by the buttons here. For Wi-Fi, after you enter the Wi-Fi setting, choose your Wi-Fi network, then you are good to go. For LAN network, just plug in your LAN cable to the LAN port on the UCD, then your machine will be connected. To set up the network with customized IP and information, for Wi-Fi, you may go to the Wi-Fi list and choose your network, then tap the Advanced option. Change from DHCP to static, and then you can key in the information. And for LAN, just simply switch from DHCP to static, and tap on the network status. Then you may do the settings. The Q Plus does contain hotspot function as well, which allow user to connect the device with the Q Plus hotspot for internet access. To enable the hotspot, you can switch by the buttons here on the hotspot setting, and you can do the setting of network name, security, and the password here. The next one we are going to talk about are the language and keyboard setting. By the language and input here, you may set up the machine language. So add your language. And drag your language to the top of the list. Then the machine will show in your language. And for the keyboard language, you can add your language here, which it is also preset to include all the language. Then when you use the virtual keyboard, you can switch to your language by the icon here. The last item we are going to talk about is the admin mode. For the admin mode, please be reminded that you are only able to get into the admin mode by the owner profile, which is the first profile you created for the Q Plus when you start the machine for the first time. As I said before, the admin mode password could be found in the user manual. After you get into the admin mode, you can do various reset, system update, security settings, and here you can manage and create the user profiles as well. And for the disable embedded OS, once you activate, it will disable the Android system. So when you start up the machine, it will directly enter the OPS or the connected source. For reactivate the Android OS, you need to use the remote control and press down, down, up, up, left, right. Then the machine will restart and the Android OS will reactivate. So this is pretty much everything about the Q Plus, and this is the end of the video. Thank you very much for your time.